This is what I was born to do. Time to let the world know.
And just a minute or two here for the players to get warmed up before the start of the game. It's time for some hoops at Pepsi Center, home of the Nuggets, and we're going to bring it to you live on 2K Sports. Now a chance to check out tonight's starting lineups. One of the guys we'll be watching out for today, certainly Al Jefferson.
And, you know, the way you see Al Jefferson go to work in the post, you can see that he plays bigger than his actual size. And I think that's because he has really long arms, and he's got a lot of girth about him, so he can create space with his legs and then shoot over the top of the defense with those long arms.
And I think Big Al plays bigger than he is because he's not afraid to go into contact to create a shot. I mean, he knows that even if he is fouled, he can go up and make the shot anyway. I mean, he can play through contact, and that gives you confidence down in the low post.
This is the first game back in Denver for the Nuggets. No question they've got this game penciled in as a win, but they still have to go out and make plays. They'll look to take an early lead, then try to get this one over early.
Well, it's always nice to come home. You're comfortable, you're excited, and certainly you have the fans there looking for you to bring your best basketball and get a win. And oftentimes your fans can energize you when you're in your home building.
Well, it's good to hear the cheers going your way finally. I mean, I can tell you that much. Emotionally, it's a big help. Of course, it doesn't mean you're going to play any better, but you've got to use that emotion to try to help your focus and your concentration.
Out of bounds. Charlotte takes possession. Looking at the last game for the Charlotte Bobcats, it was a win against the Bulls.
And I thought, guys, they were the beneficiary of what was some lackluster defense being played against them.
I agree with you. I mean, it was really shocking how many free runs to the hoop they got.
Robinson off a pick from Wolf. Lawson dishes to Chandler. Kicks it to Robinson. Denver passing it around. Lawson the pass to Robinson. Here's the machine. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Way to play in attack mode and get inside.
And, you know, if you're on defense and you're going to foul, make sure it's a good one. They did, preventing the and one. The Bobcats, one of the worst teams in the league over the last couple of seasons, actually had the worst winning percentage ever back in 11-12. But they've made a commitment to rebuilding through the draft, and clearly when you do that, there's going to be some pain along the way.
And that one misses. And back to the Bobcats. Steve, do you see a light at the end of the tunnel for them?
Well, I don't know. We'll see. They brought in a new coach in Steve Clifford, who's well regarded. They signed Al Jefferson. So I think they're going to be better. I think they'll win more games, but they're still a ways away from being a playoff team. So they've got to continue to build this roster, be patient, and try to put themselves in position to win.
That one misses. Chandler, the pass to Wolf, and it goes. That's good. While we're thinking about him, did you just catch his comments at the press conference after their last game?
Guys, we always hear things about good teammates, and he certainly seems to be one of them. He has nothing but positive things to say about the rest of his team.
Well, when you talk up your teammates as much as he does, it's going to pay off. I mean, they become more confident, they respect you, they appreciate you, and now all of a sudden it brings the team a little bit closer together.
First 1:30 gone here in the first quarter. Robinson kicks to Hickson. Hickson off the pick from Wolf. Hickson passes to Wolf. Outside for Lawson. Lawson right side. Sweet little floater.
You know, he didn't need to make the layup complicated. I mean, it's not a trick shot contest, but he decided to go for a little extra flavor on that one.
Now here's Walker. He picked up 15 points in their last win against Chicago, and he gets it to go.
You know, when he's in that tight with that kind of height advantage over the defender, that's going to be a pretty easy play for him.
Robinson against Sessions. Robinson dishes to Chandler. Good, and the assist goes to Robinson. Chandler's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. For Charlotte, they've gotten their first 3 shots to go in for him to start off this game. And it's the machine with the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
That's his first personal foul. First team foul.
If you're just tuning in, we played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. Zeller and the rejection by Wolf. Robinson with it. Picked up by Kid Gilchrist. Hickson in the post. Jefferson is right there. No good from Wolf. So for the Nuggets, their last game, a win against the Kings.
How about the box score from that game? The accuracy from the three-point line, just remarkable.
Yeah, it was a stream of threes that allowed them to repeatedly deflate that crowd. You know, for a guy drafted in the second round, Ramon Sessions has carved out really an outstanding career, a smooth operator offensively. He keeps defenders off balance and has a great knack for drawing fouls, and I like the fact he knows how to use his size in getting to the rim and drawing fouls.
And he makes the first. Well, going back to Sessions, you know, he's got nice size for a point guard, I think.
Probably about 6'1", but, you know, he's got good speed. He's been a productive point guard in the league, bounced around a little bit. But one thing you know is that he will produce for you when he's out on the floor.
Gallinari, he's checked in for the machine. There's 1:17 left in the first. Robinson passes to Wolf, and that's good. Robinson picking up the assist.
The easiest way to do it sometimes is with the bounce pass.
Bobcats leading by 6. Here's Pargo. He has 6. He kicks to Henderson. Adrian dishes to Haywood. Passes it to Adrian. 5 to shoot. Puts one up from 19. And it's Denver with the rebound. And this matchup with the Bobcats. It's their first meeting of the season.
They picked this team apart. A couple of times they squared off with them last year. On paper, they weren't evenly matched, and on the court, they weren't either.
Now, here is Robinson. In the game against Sacramento, very impressive. This one for 3, and there's 3 points. The long-range shot is on target from Fournier.
What a start to this game. The offense is both dominating.
Tell you what, feels like a game on the playground. Forget about defense, just keep firing.
Here's Pargo, guarded by Robinson. Pargo misses.
Great defense there. You really have to challenge him at that range.
Here's Fournier, and again Denver with the triple. It's all tied in Denver. And back in a moment as we'll get underway with quarter number 2.
Tune in this Friday night, January 31st. Rudy Gay and the Toronto Raptors take on Ty Lawson and the Denver Nuggets. Live from Denver. You don't want to miss it.
Well, up to this point, a closely contested game as we start the second quarter. And the Nuggets, guys, what jumps out to you numbers-wise?
They've done a nice job on the offensive boards here, guys, and I think that was the difference in that first quarter. Really pounding the offensive glass.
Well, they set the tone early with their mindset, their tenacity, and their hustle. I mean, that's the way they've come out, and it's served them well.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. So on the floor for Denver. Wolf, he's in at power forward. Foyle is out there with Miller. Then it's Mozgov, and it's Fournier in at the 3 slot. Okay, well, let's check in with Doris Burke reporting from our sideline in this game. Doris, take it away.
Hi, guys. The Machine in their last game against the Kings played some outstanding basketball. He ended up with 35 points, and in addition to his scoring, he also came away with a season high for rebounds. Truly impressive numbers from him in a stellar performance. What a special night.
All right, Doris, thank you. It really was a stunning performance, Clark. He was at his absolute best in this game.
Yeah, and the only thing about having a game like that, Kevin, is that it's almost impossible to duplicate it here tonight.
Well, nobody's expecting that, Clark, and they don't need him to do that. If he's even half as good as he was that night, it should be enough.
Here's Henderson, following the basket by Andre Miller.
You know, they haven't been able to open up a big lead, but the rebounds are starting to add up for them. They may be able to pull away a little bit.
Yeah, they've been doing the dirty work inside, Steve, playing a very tough brand of basketball.
Here's Wolf, and a great assist by Miller as that one goes in. 8 points for the Machine. And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for the Nuggets.
What great hustle defensively through 2 quarters of play, contesting everything, starting to rack up those block shots, guys.
Another big aspect of their game tonight has been the fast break, transition opportunity. They're really keeping it up tempo so far.
And now it's time for the Rookie Watch with this season's assist leaders. This is the newest crop of playmakers in the NBA. Look at the Machine, 3rd in assists and a great leader.
Tell you what, some really good passers have come into the NBA this season, and he's right up there among the best. I like what I've seen of him as a distributor.
Me too, Steve. I mean, he's never over-anxious. He always seems to be under control when the ball's in his hands. He's not frantic. He makes good decisions, and he's patient.
Free throw good, Taylor. So for the Bobcats, Biombo, he's checked in for Jeff Adrian, and Walker subbed in for Gennaro Pargo. Taylor drops them both. Denver's gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. Miller kicks to Chandler. Now the pass to Wolf. Chandler a screen. Miller outside. Pass to Wolf. Denver passing it around. Another 3 for Denver.
I like the offensive awareness to exploit that lack of coverage on that play.
Bobcats trail by 5. Outside, Walker. Dishes it to Henderson. Walker the pass to Henderson. 6 to shoot. Out of bounds, Bobcats ball as Charlotte keeps possession.
A chance here, Kevin, to see where the Nuggets sit statistically in the NBA right now. 1st in scoring. 1st in assists. And they're also number 1 in shooting percentage. This is a team that prides itself on taking high-quality shots.
And the points that they're scoring per game that you talked about is really a result of great offensive execution. And this is a club that works well together. They get great looks, and they'll also score in transition.
Those are what we call confidence building blocks.
Walker against Miller. Here's Arthur. And, there's a whistle. He was going up for a layup, and while it looked like there was some contact, I wasn't sure they were going to call it a foul shot or not, but sure enough they have. So we've got a couple of free throws coming up.
And, you know, Darrell Arthur, a promising start coming out of Kansas, but injuries have been the slowdown for him. I mean, first a torn Achilles, then he broke his leg. When healthy, he can be a key contributor in the front court.
The free throw drops for Arthur. Jefferson's checked in for Charlotte. Zeller comes in for Anthony Tolliver. Now, here's Hickson. He had 10 points in the win against the Kings in Sacramento. Lawson outside. Here's the Machine. 6 to shoot. Second chance shot. No good. Jefferson with some nice D. Bobcats trail by 5. And it's Kid Gilchrist penetrating. Excellent D there from Foy. And for Arthur, mobile, big, with a nice jump shot. Good to see him back on the floor.
Yeah, he's had some tough luck. You remember his draft stock fell back in 2008 due to some rumors about his health that proved unfounded. So he dropped in the draft, but he's really made the most of his opportunities and become a very solid player in this league.
Bobcats timeout call.
The Bobcats have gone 3 of 7 shooting the ball here in the second quarter. Now here's Sessions, covered by Foy. It's stolen by Foy. Lawson kicks to Hickson. He dishes it to Chandler. Knocked loose. Lawson's against Walker. Just 5 on the clock. And Lawson, here we go. Denver needs to get off a shot. Chandler. That one falls. Coming off Lawson's feet. And it's a 10-point Nugget lead.
A wide open three. They need much better communication defensively.
Lawson against Walker. And he gets the bucket. Walker's got 4 this quarter.
Well, he's so good at recognizing where the openings are and getting the ball to the rim.
Lawson the pass to Wolf. Lawson outside. The dish to Foy. No good. Excellent D from Sessions. And it's the Bobcats on the break. And slam dunk by Kid Gilchrist.
I'd say that shot was well within his range.
You think so? I mean, I was pretty good from 2 feet and in myself. That's a gimme there.
Now here's Hickson. Right now averaging 11 points a game. Chandler kicks to Lawson. Lawson gets the screen from Wolf. And looks like the illegal pick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
Yeah, good call there. You could tell he was moving into the defender when he tried to set the screen.
Yeah, lowered that shoulder, dipped right into him, too. I mean, he was going to be called on that foul either way.
Bobcats trail by 6. Walker dishes to Sessions. Back to Walker. Takes it off the glass. Walker's got 14 points for the game.
I don't know what's happening to their defense. I mean, they don't have any effort, any purpose.
And it's really costing them. I mean, the last 5 baskets at that end have been on very easy looks.
Wolf passes to Gallinari. Good on the three-point shot. Gallinari's got his second basket of the night.
Kevin, he does a great job of moving without the ball. And he gets a lot of good looks because of that movement. And as long as his teammates are setting screens and looking for him, he can be lethal from the outside.
And that is the key, Steve, but his release in those catch-and-shoot moments is also terrific.
Kid Gilchrist, no luck.
I think the lead they've built here, guys, is in large part due to what they've done on the boards.
Absolutely. I mean, they have a plus 10 advantage in rebounds, and they've been in total control of the backboards.
Now, here is Robinson. Michael Kid Gilchrist unable to get his shot to go. Makes it 2 points there from Wolf. And it's a 9-point Nugget lead.
Well, it looks like he's finally found his footing in this game. His first quarter was a real struggle, but he's got it going now.
And it goes through once again. Nice hit there from Walker. Walker's got 16.
Broke out the finger roll, guys. That was kind of a stylish finish.
Robinson kicks to Lawson. Pass to Gallinari. Feeds to Hickson. Sessions against Robinson. Shot clock at 6. Robinson off a pick from Wolf. Robinson's got space, and it's Denver scoring again.
The screenplay worked ideally there, and I'm not talking about the screenplay you see in a movie theater. Gave him more than enough room to get that shot off.
Now here's Sessions, averaging 10 points per contest. And it's out of bounds to the Bobcats as Charlotte retains possession. Jeff Adrian's checked in for Zeller.
Substitution.
And here's Sessions. He feeds it to Haywood. Clock at 6. Ball's knocked loose. Gallinari with the steal. Here's the machine. He's covered by Sessions. Here's Wolf. And a little hook that time, but it drops. The machine's got 10 points now just in this quarter.
I don't think they can ask much more of him than what he's done this quarter.
Now here's Sessions, guarded by Fournier. Sessions with it, beyond the arc. Pargo misses.
They've shown effort and aggression in the paint right from the tip. Their rebounding edge is impressive.
And I'll tell you what, they've turned a lot of those rebounds into points at the other end.
Now here is Gallinari. They lead by 11, the largest margin of the game. Well, Clark, a clear lane to the basket and the emphatic jam.
And that is outstanding attacking basketball.
Well, he had no choice but to take that one to the bucket.
59 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Here's Pargo. 8 points for him. Jumper off the screen. Off the left rim and out.
This quarter has not been his best. The defense may be starting to affect him a little bit.
Dixon a screen on Haywood. Fournier dishes to Robinson. Pass to Wolf. Over to the wing. It's Robinson high post. He's got 6. That's good. Robinson's got 8.
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they've built this lead for themselves here.
Clark, they've been looking out of sync offensively.
You know what? A basket here would do a lot for their confidence.
Ball's not loose. Sessions up top, defended by Fournier. Here's Pargo. That ball's great assist by Ramon Sessions. Sessions has got his 3rd assist on the night. From deep. Phenomenal buzzer beater!
You gotta love seeing nothing but zeros on the clock when that ball tickles the twine.
Oh, man, a clutch shot.
A dominating first half of basketball, and so far hasn't been close. Nuggets ahead as they end the third quarter with a massive 16-4 run. And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Well, guys, I'm here with Al Jefferson. And Al, what's the strategy been so far defensively, and what needs to happen in the second half in that regard?
Well, we just got to help. We can't let everybody beat us. We just everybody got to help, and on the defense end, and give them the key to protect the paint.
Pick your poison. Can't let everybody beat you, Al. We appreciate it, guys.
Thank you, Doris. We'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
And now, brought to you by Sprint.
Hi, everyone. I'm Damon Bruce, and we got a lopsided game out at Pepsi Center. Let's get right to it. The Nuggets on a tear right now. They're scoring effortlessly. The defense has been completely overmatched. The machine has been locked in so far. What he's been able to do from the field has been nothing short of spectacular. Only a select few players in the league can shoot the ball like that. For the Bobcats, though, not the same story. They're getting crushed on the glass. They better stiffen that upper lip, find a way to get it done. Kemba Walker in the first half was amazing. He scored 16 points, and so far, he's done a great job playing lockdown D. Now let's head back out to the start of the second half. Kevin Harlan, Steve Kerr, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke, take it away.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
As we return to Denver, Colorado, the scene of tonight's game, and a captivating look here at the State Capitol building. Really an incredible game from the machine.
Yeah, he's been a revelation here tonight, Clark, scoring almost at will there in the half.
Hard to imagine he'll keep it up for the next 2 quarters, but you never know.
Bobcats trail by 16 on the court for Charlotte. At the 3, MKG and Cody Zeller at the 4. Kemba Walker is out there with Ramon Sessions. And it's Jefferson in at the pivot, manning the middle. And he gets the bucket.
Nice move and finish. I think the halftime break gave him a second win. He looks fresh.
Lawson against Walker. Here's Wolf. That one falls, coming off Lawson's feet. Lawson's got 3 assists in the game. And so it's Charlotte with it. Well, they've got the Lakers ahead of them after this game. And the next game, it'll be played in Los Angeles. That'll be game 2 of 4 straight on the road.
Yeah, some good games going on today, and especially the one involving the Lakers. That's a great matchup.
That one goes. Count it.
Well, he's been a real positive factor for them today, although, you know, as a team, they've had a lot of negatives mixed in there as well.
Outside, Robinson fires from the wing. And so it looks like Denver will retain possession here.
Kevin, we've got a chance now to take a look at how the Bobcats fared over the last month in the NBA rankings. 3rd in opponent field goal percentage, 4th in blocks. And they kept the lid on opposing teams' overall offense as well. They're in the top 10 in opponent scoring.
I'm most impressed with their defense, Clark. You talked about the opponent's field goal percentage. That stat is so impressive. But what they try to do is take offenses out of their rhythm, out of their flow. And they do that by attacking the passing lanes, pressuring the ball as much as possible, and then trying to block shots at the rim as well.
Shooting for Denver, Ty Lawson. At the line for 2.
That's good from Lawson.
Charlotte has their hands full today guarding against Lawson.
He has 8 points, and he's managed to get 4 of his points by way of the free throw line.
And that may not be the first thing people notice about his performance, but those are important points nonetheless.
And Lawson hits 2 free throws. Bobcats trail by 16. Now Walker, 20 points for him. Now the feed to Sessions. It's hauled in by the Nuggets. Lawson's got 4 rebounds in this game. And the pass to Wolf. On the wing, Chandler. Here's the machine, guarded by Zeller. Here's Wolf. And that one's good. The machine's got 20 points.
Well, I tell you what, he's having one of those days where if he takes it, he makes it.
For Charlotte, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. Walker the pass to Zeller. Lays it up and banks it in. Zeller's got 12 points in the game.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint. I guess the good news is they've taken away the outside shot.
Well, you know what? It doesn't matter how good their perimeter defense is if they're going to allow inside looks as easy as that.
It's stolen by Sessions. Kicks to Kid Gilchrist. That falls. Great assist by Ramon Sessions. Kid Gilchrist has got his 2nd bucket of the game to go. Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Yes, Kevin. Brian Shaw had some words for his team in that last timeout. He said to his players, we can do a lot of damage if we get more aggressive about driving the lane and taking it into the teeth of this defense. He also went on to talk about protecting the inside. He does not want to see anything easy in the painted area. Perhaps the rest of the second half will look different after those adjustments, Kevin.
All right, Doris. Bobcats trail by 16. Charlotte calls timeout. On defense, the Nuggets. Clock keeps going. 3 minutes into the second half now.
They are owning the lane right now. Every one of their last 10 points has come either at or near the rim.
Great looks in tight because they're finding lanes to the hoop whenever they want them.
Now, here is Lawson. He's got 9. No one near him. And it's Denver scoring again.
It was almost like he was surprised to be that wide open, yet he knocked it down.
The Bobcats have gone 5 of 6 so far from the field in the second half. Tremendous efficiency. Pass to Kid Gilchrist. Back to Walker. Banked in off the glass. Walker's got 22 points.
And they're beginning to fall apart a little bit defensively, especially inside.
Well, that's 4 straight buckets now at the rim.
Dishes it to Robinson. Back to Lawson. Six on the shot clock. And Hickson throws it down.
You know, he might be small for a center, but it doesn't really matter because he can jump out of the building.
Here's Walker. He's got 22. Inside to Jefferson. Takes it from 10, and there's another one for the Bobcats.
Not enough defense there to throw him off his shot. Sometimes it takes more than one defender on him down low.
Robinson off a pick from Wolf. Robinson kicks to Hickson, and that one's good. Hickson's got 8 points here in this quarter.
I tell you what, fellas, we're seeing some really good ball movement out there.
Yeah, well, 10 of their last 12 points have come off of assists.
Now here's Walker, averaging 20 points per game. To the wing on the left. Zeller dishes to Walker. Shot clock at 5. Rejected by Wolf. The Nuggets leading by 16. Lawson the pass to Chandler. That one falls, coming off Lawson's feet. Lawson's got assist number 7 for him tonight. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for Denver.
You know, block shots, guys, a clear indicator on the stat sheet of their excellent defense. I mean, leaving them no room to get off any shots.
And I'll tell you, the other thing that's been a factor is the transition game. They're scoring a lot of points on the fast break.
Biombo is checked in for the Bobcats. Denver's gone 7 of 10 shooting from three-point land tonight. Excellent numbers from outside. Lawson kicks to Chandler. Chandler gets the screen from Wolf. Chandler with the ball. Out guarded by Tolliver. Robinson goes in. Lets it go from 11. That's good. Robinson's got 10 points in the game.
Well, I think he shot the ball well, guys, but I don't think he shot it enough. The more shots he gets from here on out, the more they'll stretch out this lead.
Now here's Walker. Henderson kicks to Walker. He dishes it to Biombo.
Well, he has that natural ability to block shots. Obviously, he's a physically imposing player, a good leaping ability, but he has the timing that shot blockers tend to have, and you can't teach that. That really comes from instinct.
There are some shots that he blocks where you just didn't think that he would ever get over to it, but he does, and you're left with your jaw hanging wide open. That one is off. Terrell Arthur, he's checked in for the Machine.
A huge opportunity for him if he can deliver for his team.
Well, the coach trusts him with the shot, and we'll see if that trust is warranted.
Eight seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Puts up the baby hook.
Well, they gave him a good look, but it just wasn't meant to be.
Yeah, he could have been the hero, and you've got to wonder if they'll go his way again in a similar situation.
So a close game sees Charlotte taking this one. Clark, it was anybody's game right to the very end.
Yeah, it was. The coach is happy with the outcome. This team kept their emotions in check and got it done.
And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Well, Gerald, you guys certainly played with a level of determination out there to win. What was the team's focus coming into this ball game?
We were just scrappy. You know, that's the team we have to beat. Playing scrappy defense and getting out and running, and you know, using our guards and making plays for each other.
Congratulations, Gerald. We appreciate the time, guys.
Thank you, Doris. And, folks, that about concludes our broadcast tonight. For Steve Kerr, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching as we leave you with our Jordan Player of the Game, Kemba Walker.
Yo, they had you covered pretty well. I had a decent look. I make that shot 9 out of 10 times. I don't know what happened. Yo, man, I guess we saw it differently.
You had a chance to win the game and you missed the shot. What happened out there?
Well, the ball didn't go in. Those are what we call misses in the basketball world. I know the lingo can be tricky for you guys sometimes, but hopefully this will be a learning experience. Next time one of my shots doesn't go in, and there probably will be a next time, I hope you remember this little lesson and avoid asking me a question about it.
Oh, man, I got another deal coming down, this
For real?
time from Kia.
Kia? That's nice, man. Yo, those commercials with Blake are sick. So what's up? They want me to compete with Jackson Ellis for it or something?
Nah, not this time, man. They love you as a player, all right? They want to see you prove yourself over the next couple of games. So if you can carry your team to at least 6 wins in the next 10 games, the deal's yours.
All right, a little twist, huh? Sounds like fun. I can handle it. Let's do it.
Oh, yeah, it should be no problem. Oh, and by the way, the payout is huge, and they want you to give away a car and some other stuff too. So think about all that as just a little extra incentive.
Nice, man. But honestly, you had me a Kia, bro. Time for us to go out there and get some W's. You feel me?